Hello and welcome to a new video. And today we are going to use the AI assistant to create a beautiful dashboard. Let's go. So we have our workspace cold chain monitoring with our 23 fridges in here. And we've used this workspace before. We have different temperatures, open and closed doors. And we have tags for the warehouse north and the warehouse south. And in this case, I want to use the warehouse south to create an example for you. And to start, I'm going to open our AI assistant and I'm going to start a new conversation. And I clicked on the icon on top to start a new chat, and I can write whatever I want in here. I want to create a global dashboard for my warehouse south inside of this workspace. So I will ask the AI to create a first draft for me. And the AI is a great tool to start, to have a quick draft, initial draft, and then you can go ahead and modify it manually to make it production ready. So you can go ahead and tweak your widgets, change some of the details inside of the dashboard, and the AI gives you a great starting point for the dashboard. It will probably not allow you to create the finished product inside of the AI chat. Just as a note, it's just great to have a first draft. It will save you time. It will also help you, creatively speaking, create a first dashboard. And the best way to finalize and save the dashboard will be manually, of course, but the AI will also guide you and will let you know whenever it's ready that you can go ahead and modify whatever you need and then save the changes at the end. So first I want to tell it warehouse south. I want to have 3 tabs in it called temperature, humidity, and trends. Let's see what it comes up with. And again, you can write and be as descriptive as you want. You can also start small. And remember that the chat also has an amount of tasks that it can achieve in one run. And when you hit 20 tasks at the same time, queries and mutations included, then the AI will let you know and it will tell you, this is the amount of tokens I have used, and this is the amount of tasks achieved. And if you achieve the whole purpose of your prompt within these 20, great, but sometimes you hit the limit, so you have to go ahead and chunk it in smaller tasks so that the AI is able to do the job in a better and a more structured way. So now we have an answer, and it says, let's plan for the new workspace dashboard. And it tells you that it will prepare the tabs, temperature, humidity, and trends. And you can use layout. You can let it know if you want headlines, value widgets, charts with as well. Include all devices with tag warehouse south, time range for charts last 24 hours. I want thresholds for temperature and humidity. I want separate charts, separate series. Let's give it that, and let's give it a little bit of time. You need to go through the whole text to see what it wants to do and if it does align with your idea of what you want to achieve. And now it needs a couple of more information. So it says confirm use devices tagged. Yes, no, look for a different tag. 1, yes. 2, use propose thresholds above. And 3, prepare draft. And as you see, it is very structured. So you can actually give it my answer to 1, my answer to 2, my answer to 3, and let it process that information. Let's see what it comes up with. It's giving me again a summary. You need to be very patient, and it wants to make sure that it will perform the actions that you actually need. So go ahead, read it again. Perfect. It even tells you I'm going to add a headline and the row of value widgets. Then there's going to be a line chart with the 7 devices. Then these are going to be the ranges. Then for humidity, this is going to be the headline. This is going to be the value widgets and so on. And for the trends, I'm going to have this. What it will not do yet, it will not say for publish the dashboard. It will only create a draft, and I can give it create draft, and it will build a dashboard now. And if you would have read something that you don't really like, that you want to change, then you could have replied with a change whatever you want, the thresholds, remove the headline, for example, or whatever. Go ahead and read whatever it said. So important thing, the creation of the dashboard. It can create a full draft, human readable, but it also says it can actually create it inside of a dashboard. So I'm gonna add a new dashboard, and it's gonna be a manual dashboard. And I'm gonna give it a name. It's gonna be called Cold Chain Monitoring AI Dashboard. I'm going to copy this name because I'm going to use it on my prompt later to give it to the AI. And now I'm going to create the dashboard. And for the dashboard, I'm not going to go ahead and manually create anything. I'm just going to go and open the AI assistant. And I am going to give it my first prompt, create a dashboard inside of the cold chain monitoring AI dashboard. I want it to display the temperatures of my devices with the tag warehouse south. Please add headline value widgets with gauges and a chart widget to display the last 24 hours. And now let's see what the AI does. And now I want to let you know some details about the AI assistant and what it's good for. I would say that the AI assistant is great to create a first draft of your data, and it will allow you to create a quickly draft of your dashboards. It will give you some inspiration. It will let you know as well what are the possibilities, what you can display, and it will also give you something that you can later on scale and have production ready. So I have to say that once the AI has created the dashboard, the best way to finalize it and save the dashboard is manually. So the AI will create a first draft, and right now you're seeing it live, how it is adding widgets to my dashboard. And the dashboard is created progressively in the background. And the AI has a certain level of actions that it can do per prompt as well. So that is 20 actions. And whenever it reached the limit, it will let you know. It might be that it actually reaches the goal before reaching this level. But if it does, it doesn't really matter. You can always go ahead, give it a prompt, a new one, chunk the task in smaller pieces so that the AI can process it better. And now, as you can see, the AI already did something, and it is telling me what it has done. So it has a draft for a dashboard. It's still not saved, and it took the warehouse south devices as a headline. It added warehouse south temperatures, and then you have the value widgets with gauges of the 7 devices that have the tag warehouse south. And now you can see the gauge ranges that the AI took. In this case, I didn't give it ranges, but you can actually give ranges inside of your prompt to make it even more specific. And it told me it also added my line chart. And now you can choose to save the changes to the dashboard right now using a prompt. You can modify anything first, or you can cancel the draft and discard the changes. I will say that I'm going to go out and just give it a scroll, give it a look myself, see what it did, and see if I like it, if there's anything I want to modify myself. As you can see, it looks very, very interesting, and I love it. It added the 7 devices to a chart widget. Of course, it looks a little bit crazy because these devices are monitoring very, very changing temperatures over the last 24 hours. And then you can also see the gauges in here. If you like it as it is, you can go ahead and simply click on save. But you can also always go ahead and modify things yourself. Select things as you want them. For example, if you think, I don't really want to have the circular gauge, but I want to have a linear one, you can always go ahead and modify things manually. And you can also always decide that's exactly how you wanted it and save it. And you can go and open the AI assistant and also let it know, I'd like to change the gauges, for example, the ranges, the thresholds. You can always go ahead and do those manually. You can also ask the AI to do it for you, to change the colors, to change the thresholds, and to change any little detail that you want. So this is the first dashboard that I created using AI. It already looks great. It looks fantastic. And there are several ways of replicating this. Of course, I can go ahead and tell the AI to create a second one, a very similar one. But I want to remind you as well that we have a lot of tools that would allow you to create and replicate things to scale them in an easier way. So there are a lot of things that the AI will help you with. It will also give you instructions step by step. We also have a copy paste functionality, and this copy paste functionality allows you to copy the dashboard. It will not do something, it will not directly copy it and paste it directly. You need to paste it yourself. So I'm going to add to this dashboard a new tab, and the first one is going to be temperature, the second one temperature, and the second one is going to be humidity. And I'm going to update the dashboard. And as you can see, this one is still there, but inside of humidity, I have nothing yet. I can go ahead and go paste my dashboard, and to paste it, the copied dashboard is in my clipboard. So with my keyboard, I can go ahead and paste it. I can decide if I want to replace the desktop, and if I already created a mobile version of the dashboard, I can also replace it. Now I'm going to click there. And I can go ahead and tell the AI assistant to modify the humidity tab in my dashboard to display the humidities of my devices with the tag warehouse south. And now I'm going to send it to the AI and wait a little bit and see that the AI lets me know what it understood. If I clarify that correctly, I already have a tab called humidity, the same layout as the temperature tab. Make sure you read everything that the AI is letting you know and answer to the questions it might have. And now let's wait and see what it comes up with. And so the greatest thing to do is let the AI generate a first draft and then improve that draft manually, and use also the tools that we have. The great thing about the copy paste feature as well, and a little thing that not everyone does know, is that the string that we just copy pasted is a base 64 encoded string that if you decode it, it's actually a JSON that it contains all of the definitions that you need from your dashboard. And that JSON can be treated as well as a template actually, and it can be used to replicate your dashboard. So you can actually use that JSON, give it to the AI and let it modify it so that you can replicate your dashboards in an easier way. That is a little bit more advanced. Of course, if you have nothing to do with base 64, if you have nothing to do with JSONs and you don't really want to have to deal with that, you don't need to. You can still use the copy paste function and go ahead into the front end and use the platform to modify manually your widgets. But we also have a lot of really cool tools that you can use to replicate your dashboards and to use them along the platform. And now let's see what the AI has answered. So the AI right now is having some troubles finding my new tab humidity, and I can actually tell it to create a new tab. So you can create a new tab with the same layout as the temperature tab, but with humidity data. Let's see if it can do that. And the AI allows you to experiment and to see what works, what doesn't work. Giving us feedback about this and how it has worked for you also allows us to improve the tool for you. And as you can see right now, the AI actually did something, and it is changing my humidity tab now. So let's see what it comes up with. So the AI finished now. And as you can see now, it created an overview using temperatures and humidities inside of the same overview. So you can actually go ahead and by hand modify it exactly as you want. You can, for example, remove actually the temperatures if that's not what you wanted, but you can also leave them and leave the full overview with humidities and temperatures inside of the same tab. Now, as you can see, Manually removing some widgets was very, very fast. I can now go ahead and save my dashboard. And now you have an overview of temperature and an overview of humidity for your devices. They also have different ranges in here. And all of this using the AI assistant, which allows you to save a lot of time. It gives you some creative prompts, so you can actually go ahead and tweak it and fine tune it, and then develop a scaling strategy for the long term, and to have reusable dashboards, reusable structures, and clean layouts for your dashboards. So I hope this video has been useful. I hope you could learn a thing or two, and I hope to see you next time.